Hey there, Pythonistas, School of Tomorrow students. So in the last video, where I left off was I wanted to add School of Tomorrow to a list of links. Now, in the very early days of the web, what we did as geeks was curate links. There were no search engines to speak of. I like search engines a lot, but you don't need to, but I recommend complementing your search engine skills with curation skills. Once you find really good links, don't just bookmark them, but share them. I know you do that already. So through chat windows, you can share, or through like Slack or whatever. I collect links, but I didn't have my own School of Tomorrow in the Curbster website. So how does one do that again? That's what I want to look at. Got a lot of apps open here. There's the slides that I was sharing recently. And the Quaker rant, yes. Okay, so what we do is we go to the bash shell and we do like a git add. And if I arrow up here, you can see my last couple commands. I added this links HTML down inside templates because a Flask website has a structure to it. Then I did a commit and then I did a push. And what that did is it pushed it up to my GitHub website. But then what I had to do, okay, is go to the Curbster out there in the cloud and download the stuff. So here we are in the cloud. There's the School of Tomorrow. My Tiny App website, my Tiny Flask website is here. So you can look at the source code, check it out yourself, run it yourself. So there's the Tiny Flask website I'm talking about. But out there in the cloud, not, not that browser. Let's see, where did I have? Okay, here we are in Python Anywhere land. I needed this link to show up to the School of Tomorrow. So what I had to do, I will end with this, is in the Python Anywhere world, I have to find the dashboard. So where was that? Okay, so here I am in the admin mode of my own website, and I have to go and start a bash shell. So you go to consoles, and you start a bash shell somewhere. I have some that are still running. And here is where you git pull whatever you get pushed from localhost. So on your own laptop, you've got whatever you're working on, right? And you can do that with a local server. You can be in a tunnel, on a train, no internet, and developing your website. Then once you're back on the internet, you do this git push step I just did, and then go out to the cloud and git pull. Git pull from wherever you're keeping your source code. And in my case, it's on GitHub. So I go down into periodic table. This is where I don't have my bash history here, not for this. You do stuff like this. So what I did is I did a git pull and it brought in those changes to links, links. Now if I do a git pull, it shouldn't pull in anything. It should say everything's up to date. Oh, wait. Not a git repo. Right. Go down into Tiny Flask, git pull down there. And it should say everything's up to date. Yeah, already up to date. So we can confirm that by going to the Curbster at pythonanywhere.com. Scroll down to more links to fun places. This is where we curate the links, right? So you could have your own website like this where you curate links, and it could be inside of a Jupyter notebook, of course. So nowadays, if you want to like put your Jupyter notebooks on GitHub with curated links inside, that's what I do as well, right? A lot of that going on in School of Tomorrow, including links to some of my favorite YouTubes. It's just GitHub doesn't want to be wasting bandwidth serving YouTubes. If you go to NB Viewer and paste in one of these GitHub repository web pages, like right there, then you can get it in its full glory, meaning it will render it from GitHub here in read-only mode, and the YouTubes will eventually show up. Okay, so this is what I show my students when we first introduce them to GitHub: is where can you um, and to Jupyter Notebooks. Where can you, you know, run Jupyter Notebooks in the cloud is another one. That would be binder.org. So if you haven't checked out binder.org, I'll leave it there. That's where you can, nope, that's not it. Where do I get Binder Jupyter Notebooks? Binder Jupyter Notebooks, mybinder.org, sorry. So here you can create you can turn a GitHub repo into interactive Jupyter Notebooks here. And I would recommend this as good infrastructure for your code school or whatever, your school of tomorrow. All right, talk to you soon.